9:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Sunday morning. We're taking a look at VIPS. In the last quarter over here, VIPS reported earnings and it had a super gap on those good fundamentals. And we peaked out up here roughly right around 181. From that point in time, what the rest of the market volatility is that the high frequency model has clearly taken this high to this low. We rallied, but we made another lower low from here. So basically, that's the low with the rally. That's the secondary low, lower low. And we're coming right up here on this 5-day buy. We gapped it right on up in here. Options related on Friday, and down we are. And we are also below the 10 and the 20 daily simple moving averages. We're very close to a short-term sell signal on VIPS. They don't report earnings until May, so it's trading with the volatility, and it is. I mean, there's been some great pops and some great sells, which is a trader's delight. So let's just take a look at it also over here. What I am going to show you now, MMTs, I'm going to go cancel, clear it all. I'm going to go to horizontal. And based on this resistance, that's right up here. Okay, so that was 150 and some change. So we have clearly on a daily level, in a 3 daily level, we have did the following. That high was right here. It's over $40 round trip, no matter how you look at it. Because up here at 151, down to this low here was 152. It's almost a $20 reversal, but they're selling the rallies. You rally up, bam, that's the high. They fade it back, that's a great short, bam. But notice everything on the chart, on the daily anyway, is that these high reversals are not looking good for this in the short term. It's a trade only. Because these highs, that's high reversal. There's another high reversal here. So basically, we're just going to stay focused on the dollar intraday range today. The 50-day simple moving average, just so you know, is at 132. Okay? And the close was 134.9. That's the 50-day. If it breaks it, we're going to sell down. I will just draw a very quick trend line. I'm going to do it right here where this thing had gapped up before. And the date. It was the last quarterly earnings. And we got a pop. And now, with that pullback to here, this area of the chart was, on a daily level, we kept coming down. We tested that support level and we bounced like a rocket. No doubt about it. And we bounced here too. So 1, 2, and 3. And if we break that 50-day simple moving average, then we're going to be taking a look at the 124 area. Now, mind you that this stock was already at 123 because it was. So we're going to look at the option chain right here. And we're going to use the weeklies, and we're going to use the monthlies on VIPS. And I will show everybody exactly where the calls and puts are right now. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at this weekly chart on VIPS. Now, you can clearly see the amount of weeks that it's been pulling back. And it has. And here's the deal. Right here. These narrow range, that's the first, the second, the third. Here's your fourth week. And now these lows are getting lower. So basically we're set up. If we break that 50-day simple moving average, this thing is going to break lower. And we have to be ready on the short side of the market. See those tops here once again? This top, reversal, then these two tops right here. This one is lower than the previous one. That is the distance there. 10 weekly, write it down. It's 132.8. That is that 10-week moving average right here. If we break it, we're going to trade down, and I'll give the MMTs that this 20 weekly red line, weekly simple, this is a weekly simple moving average, that is exactly 110. All right? And that's the weekly analysis on VIPS. On VIPS, we're going to take a look at the 130 put, which got super inflated up here at the highs on the 130 put when we were in those daily trends that I showed you. This is the call side right here. It was on sale here. So let's just take a look at that value. That value is right around, let's just call those lows right around $6.70. On 4-3, a weekly, they were hitting the low of 661. Now, one of the things that we're going to look at when we trade this, depending on what happens in the stock, if the stock gaps down, then the calls are going to go down. But we wanted to take a look at how much of that 130 put when we were rallying up. See, that's the 130 put that peaked up here, and it came straight down. Now, on the flip side, the 130, they look about the same. Because this here rallied up, and now they've dropped the premium. That also is a 130 call. So we're going to be looking for the monthly expiration on here and how to trade it. The other thing is, if we break down below those strike prices, we would take a look at the 120 call, and if we break lower, then this call is going to come down, and we would be very interested in this call right here at around $3.60. Should that happen? Now, it's always possible. Right now, we feel that they can go lower based on what might happen with VIPS if it sells down. And we're also going to be watching that 110 put. This is a 110 put, extremely out of the money, but it doesn't matter. If we break down big, this is a place that we're going to look at. They're a little bit inflated, however. So what I am going to do is the following. On the weekly chart, if we break that 10 week, we're going to come down lower. And the thing about it is, if we come up higher, we're going to set resistance levels at right about there. The bottom of that weekly candle and the top of that one, we had a reversal, we tested it, and we're still below it right there. We break it, and we're going to break through here. We're going to get a good short. And not only that, my friends, check this out. Here's what you'll really be proud of. How about that? If that happens, this put option right here, it's a 135 put on a weekly level, but I can tell you that they were extremely cheap. They hit 1940 right up here, and they were, ridiculous priced over here. I mean, we're talking like, $1, and then straight up. Now, all eyes will be on that 135 put, because if we're going to gap down and go below the 10 week, then we could buy these in the money on the low and sell them back up here at $25, depending on the opening gap tomorrow morning.